Hello, Exiles. This is Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming, and I'm back after a short break. I was getting a little burnt out from PoE. I was working on a couple of videos, a couple of characters before I kind of just stepped out, but I was not having that much fun anymore, and I wanted to take a break, so I did. I took like 3 weeks or a month off, I'm not really sure. Played other games, including a lot of ones that I haven't played yet that I've owned for quite a long time, and yeah, had a good time doing that. So I am coming back with a character I was working with before I went on a break called Cosprey's Phallus Keck. It is a nice little setup here with Cosprey's Malice and some hybrid life energy shield and stat stacking. So we got stacking int and strength, a little bit of dex as well, just incidentally. But yeah, mostly just there to stack. And it is using some pretty decent, interesting stuff. Pious Path in order to make it so that our consecrated ground also makes it so our life regeneration applies to our energy shield, so functionally doubling our energy shield. And of course, Righteous Providence, which gives us 1% increased critical strike chance per point of strength or intelligence, whichever is lower. So we got that going. Also getting power charges for a bunch of other, just like 4 or 5 power charges. I think it's actually four. So in total, we end up with a 527% crit chance from our stat stacking, as well as an additional 200% from our power charges. So that's plus 727%. Quite a lot, quite a lot. Not even counting some of the other crit chance that we have, which isn't too much. We just have stuff from like assassination and stuff like that. We're not actually going for some of the crit stuff, just arcane potency and anointed heartseeker. And the most important parts of this build are Astramentus, although you can probably make a rare amulet that would be better. Cosprey's Malice, Shaper's Touch. That's going to give us a lot of stuff that we need, including accuracy, life, stuff that we're not going to get elsewhere. And a belt with 14% or more increased cooldown recovery rate because of the way that the procs tick for a cast on crit, based on, I believe it's based on server tick time. Any amount below 14% isn't going to make a difference, and any amount above 14% but below like 53%, I don't remember the exact number, but isn't going to result in an additional proc of cast on crit. So 14% is the perfect number. Higher obviously doesn't matter, but don't super invest to get higher than 14%. Just hit 14% in total. So yeah, that's pretty much the important parts. I'm also using Assassin's Mark on hit with the ring, which gives even more crit, and I have attacks, have increased crit chance on this otherwise pretty garbage 6-link. You'll notice most of my gear is actually pretty bad. This is not providing too much other than strength, chaos resist, cooldown recovery, and a very low life, which I guess isn't that bad. This one's giving me like the Assassin's Mark on hit and some chaos resist. Otherwise, this is awful. Boots aren't that bad. Shield's actually pretty good. Could use the add remove chaos to try to get a higher amount of chaos resist, but 16 isn't that bad. Without a Series Promise, we're sitting at 24% crit, or chaos resist rather, and with it we're at 59%. So it's nice to have some chaos resist. But yeah, that's pretty much the important part. I'm not even using any other than the Glorious Vanity, which I used to get Corrupted Soul, which is very powerful. Gives you 20% of your maximum life as extra maximum energy shield, and then 50% of non-chaos damage bypasses energy shield taken. This is very, very important, and also part of the reason why we need chaos resistance. We want to kind of get our life and energy shield pretty close to each other in order to achieve the maximum EHP. We got like 8600 a little more than 8,600 at EHP right now. I also stack some aura effect. So I got Commanding Presence from this, Glorious Vanity for 2 points, which is really nice. So I got some aura effect there. I believe there's also aura effect here. And I did pick up Sovereignty through the aura effect here. So got some aura effect, running some auras. Let's see, we got Vitality, which is giving us a bunch of regen. We're using Precision. We definitely need the Accuracy. And then Hatred, which is of course very nice as well. So with that, sitting at 98% chance to hit. Obviously, preferably we'd be better, but once again, the gear is not that good. Using Hydrosphere to help with DPS a little bit, and then Frost Bomb both to help with DPS and also to stop the Maven regeneration. Very important. And that's pretty much the important parts of the build. I have this physical damage taken from hits as lightning, and then some life and resistances. You'll notice I crafted the 25 life regen per second on a couple of my pieces. I just thought that the flat regen would be helpful. We're sitting at 836.7 life regen per second and 819.6 energy shield, and since we take from everything except chaos the damage equally, we can basically add that together. So we have about a little over 1650 total regen per second, which is pretty tremendous, as well as a ton of leech. I forgot to mention I am using Barracks Grip. Barracks Grip is kind of cool because it gives a bunch of flat damage, which scales really well with like Ice Nova. It's 120% effective damage effectiveness, and Frostbolt with its 220%. And since we're critting so much, we're getting crits with that lightning damage, which is shocking enemies, giving us more damage, and also enabling the 1% of damage leached as life against shocked enemies and 1% damage leached as energy shield against frozen enemies. This ends up being pretty nice. And I'm just going to do a real quick demonstration. I'm just going to elk and go this atoll. Unless it rolls, you can't regen. None of the other... Oh, wait, is that... Yeah, that's Reflect Ellie. I also can't run Reflect Ellie. Basically everything except can't regen and Reflect Ellie. It's fair game for this. Those two are not so great. So yeah, I'm just going to run it as is. I'm not going to get too fancy. Just a tier 14 atoll. Nothing on it, nothing extra. I just kind of want to show the baseline clear speed, what you can expect. Tier 14s are very, very easy, obviously. I've done most content. There you go, Delirium Mirror. That might make it more interesting. But yeah, you're basically just pressing all. In order to stand still to get the consecrated ground, what I'm doing is every few seconds I'll flame dash. I don't need to do it as much as I do. I think it's like 6 seconds it lingers. But yeah, we're gonna flame dash here. And that counts as standing still before and after the flame dash, so it will basically reset it. In order to sit still with Cyclone, you kind of have to put your mouse directly under you, and it makes you a little bit vulnerable, and it's harder to get around, so I opt to do it this way instead. My actual movement speed isn't that good. This is actually a great candidate for a build for Headhunter, as many are, but I think this one would be really nice as well, as a lot of things that benefit this build would benefit. But you see how I basically immediately regened both my life and energy shield after taking a fairly substantial hit there. I took the elemental explosion from that Nemesis monster, and it did well, a lot of my health, and I just immediately regened back up to full. That's generally the case. I'll just take these. Oh, didn't even hit me. I have some block too. I should probably note that. But yeah, as long as we're hitting things, as long as we continue to do damage and keep all of our flasks up, I'm using like just all damage flasks, nothing defensive, honestly. Defense flask probably helpful on more useful, or on more difficult maps, but unnecessary for regular mapping. Oops. Go do the boss real quick. Okay, so for bosses, throw down Hydro Spear, throw down this. Got the Maven. Want to make sure that... There you go. Easy enough. Want to make sure you Frost Bomb when you're being witnessed by the Maven, because she can otherwise grant regeneration to the boss, which is really obnoxious. Should probably just use Frost Bomb in every build for that. But some Simulacrum Splinters. I did Simulacrum the whole thing with this. I did Awakener 8. I did all the Shaper Guardians. I did Shaper. I did all the Elder Guardians. I did Elder. I did not do Uber Elder with this. There are some things that I didn't do, mostly because I just didn't want to farm up or buy the stuff necessary. But I've done most content with this, all except for like the super crazy end game stuff. So not too bad, and it's pretty cheap too. That's the best thing. This is a fairly dirt cheap build at the moment, and yeah, that's pretty much the map. Let's see if we got anything good. I guess I'll just take the Chaos Orbs. Yeah, doesn't look like anything, and we'll take some Sextants and some of these, and defer some fusings there. All right, but yeah, that was pretty much the build. I'll put the POB link in the description below. I have something going on this weekend, but I'll probably do another one of the builds I was working on just to showcase it before the end of the week. So hope you enjoyed. This has been Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming, and I will see you next time. Bye.